with the cold. You're looking at across this expanse. You see the frozen lake. You see clouds possibly forming into a storm off in the distance. You're not quite sure. But way, way off in the distance, there's a little glint of gold light. And that's all that's left of your companion, Ursula. And like I said, when that peacefulness, when that blanket fades, you're just sort of left hanging there on this ledge, staring out into the distance and realizing that the only way that you're going to be able to survive this is if you work together.
We didn't get to say goodbye. We're starting to really like her. And she's just gone.
We probably did what we were brought here to do, which is protect her, right? So mission accomplished. We can go home now.
Get closer to the fire. You too. You're dripping wet. You need to get closer. Yeah.
I think we need to get to lower elevation.
And we also have a cosmic yam.
Whoa!
From Ariok of Chaos, which is perfect
Good name.
because it unlocks our first cosmic card, Tier 1. We call it Mind Link. But right now, you can hear each other's thoughts, almost as if Hunrei was still there creating this telepathic bond. So way down below you, you see the remnants of this ice devil and its ice spear that's shattered on the rocks.
I don't think that I know your name.
Yeah, Val. Val.
That's a good name. I was gonna call you Jim.
Jim. No, it's Val.
It's Val's better.
Thank you.
Do you have a full name?
Valcorio.
Your survival instincts are starting to kick in, which makes perfect sense being the ranger of the party. 1, you're wet. That's bad. 2, your only heat source is finite. So going out and trying to find some other kind of fuel is good. And 3, chances are you're not going to be able to stay here for any real length of time, like maybe an hour, but much more than that. And the cold, like I said before, like deep freezer cold, is going to start to affect you even if you were dry and around a heat source.
I do think that, it's going to get dark here pretty soon, and I think that we should probably find shelter for the night, but I don't know that it's best to be here.
I have a blessing from my god that might help. What it is it's like sprouting wings from a sparrow.
Fine.
Oh gosh, okay.
So everybody hold hands,
All right.
walk to the edge, and here we go.
So you all go flying off of this cliff, face down, towards certain death, almost as if thousands of little sparrows start to appear beneath you. As you come down to the snow, you land so softly that even the snow itself doesn't crunch beneath your weight.
All right, I think seeing that everyone else is struggling, Val will start moving fast, looking for something, scavenging as best he can through the.
What exactly are you looking for?
Things. Things to make a sled. Also, if there's any bits of that spear that look like a usable weapon, I'll grab that too.
And so the ice devil shell is completely resistant to cold. So when you prop up these bits of shell and kind of tuck yourself inside of it, you no longer feel the cold effects coming from outside.
It also very much smells. I mean, it smells like sulfur. It's very strong.
It smells like farts.
It smells like farts in here, you guys, but it's fine.
And brimstone.
Parts of brimstone.
For flavor, can I say that I sort of look like I have like
Flavor.
a like big scale here, a big scale here. It's almost like samurai armor.
Funny enough, when you're collecting these bits and pieces of shell and trying to come up with a way to help everybody survive this calamity, you actually find your way down into a little crevice, and you see along one of the walls that it's reflective. There's a shadow behind your reflection, and it starts to grow and move and morph. And standing in the reflection in front of you is a very oddly dressed human man. You feel as if you're in some kind of glass prison, and you don't know how you got here, other than the last memory that you had was you were in the middle of that duel, and the ice shatters and breaks away, and Cristobal comes pouring out onto the snow in front of you.
KoKo, who's this?
This is, what was your name?
I am Cristobal de la Cruz.
Cristobal de la Cruz.
You're both from the South Island.
Congratulations, we're very special.
Wow.
How did... This only gets stranger and stranger.
Well, that's one way to put it, yeah.
You know the thing you did? The glider spell?
Yes.
I have it.
Oh,
I can
fantastic.
do that too. And if we all just jump.
We'll do it again.
Jump and jump and jump. Yeah, hi, you have a question?
Yeah,
Sure.
sorry, jump?
Oh, and jump and jump and jump. Yeah.
As far as you know, there is no arcane magic in the North Island, at least from what you understand. So her being able to cast that is very strange to you.
You start to make your way over that direction, and as you're making your way over to that luge, Cristobal puts his sword cane down on the ledge, and it breaks away, and all of you start to tumble down. As you tumble down the side of this mountain, rocks hit you, you smack into a hard surface.
Cristobal, are you all right?
No.
Yeah, same.
No, my leg is really hurt.
Oh, once I can rest, I will heal you.
Sure.
Cristobal does not look like he's suffered much in his life.
Don't take this as a personal question. How good of a wizard are you?
I am the court wizard of the Parsons. I am known far and wide as being a tremendous wizard of great power.
You hear a blood-curdling scream. You see this figure running up through the snow, bounding through the snow, pretty gracefully actually. She looks like a mountain sheep person.
White wool. With white wool.
White wool, goldish yellow horns. One of them is broken. A little bit of blood is trickling down the side of her face. She's completely terrified. And she keeps looking back over her shoulder behind her as she bounds through the snow. And behind her comes this large creature being ridden by a frost knoll. You know that it's called a Lucrota. It is not a demon, but it is part demon. And if there's anything that you would know about gnolls and Lucrota, is that they both have a ravenous, endless appetite.
I'm coming. Just run right behind me. My friends will protect you.
Yeah, Val, run up next to you and say, what are we doing? Throwing the rapier.
We are protecting the vulnerable.
Yeah, get behind us.
And she goes, bah! And a sound wave comes out of her mouth, slamming into the Lucrota. That sound wave hits the knoll, it freezes, and it seems to fall off the back of the Lucrota. Nice. Prone into the snow.
It cries out in terror. The Lucrota mimics it exactly.
It's almost like a complete mimic. It's hard to tell who came through.
I mean, I'd like to just, land on it and stay on it, and then if that's my movement, I will definitely rapier it, right in the back of the neck.
As you run, jump, using this ice block, surprisingly not slipping, jumping high, grabbing, pulling your rapier and grabbing, slamming down on its head, and the rapier goes straight through its skull, and its eyes cross, and it falls dead. You see the gnoll grab her, pull her close to itself, and pull its claws and put them close to her neck, and begins to drag her back. You hear her scream, help me, please, I don't want to die!" it begins to magically form into a different creature. And as it places its hands on the ground, it begins to turn into what looks like a wolf.
Okay, gonna go in with my warhammer and try to knock this buddy prone.
You push him so hard that he kind of overflips, and you hear a on his neck as he hits the ground. It doesn't kill him, but it definitely does hurt him.
Everything that he says back to you just sounds like, but it does. The creature does put its hands back in a, I'm not going to attack anymore sort of position.
Where do these things come from?
She quickly transforms back into her Ramhidi self, and she says, "They're part of a pack.
Do you have somewhere safe we could all go?
If I could find my herd, we would be safe, perhaps. Thank you
We will
for
help
helping
you.
me."
We need shelter ourselves, so we will help you.
While you guys are having this conversation, he jumps up and tries to bolt and run away. At this point, it's almost like a dog limping away. The creature is so badly wounded and bleeding out, you think that even if he makes it another 100 yards, he'll probably bleed out.
Where's your camp?
I am a druid of the way of the white poppy.
Why were they hunting you?
It is the way.
What is the way?
The way of things. The way of nature. We are making a journey to the heart of the dark wood.
You've actually heard of the way of the white poppy, and it is a peaceful religion in the greatest sense of the word. In other words, they don't believe in violence in any form. The fact that she turned into a wolf and attacked this knoll breaks her own code. You would know that.
Even casting the spell would be considered breaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like you've been through an awful lot. I've been through an awful lot too. And they lift their arm and like they see a what looks like a scorch mark under this bandage.
Her eyes go wide, and she says, we must get you to Aluvar. We must get you to him now. He has spoken of that wound."
Capre?
Yes.
There are a lot of these around.
I don't know. It's the first one I've seen.
Does anybody know what would be the most magical parts?
Yes. Cristobal walks over and says, the teeth and maybe the heart. Oh.
You guys, it's fine. It's gonna be great. We're gonna need this later.
If you say so.
You start making your way back towards the edge of Loch Iskar, the frozen lake, and off in the distance, you can hear not only the prayers coming from the encampment of Ramhidi, they weren't that far away, but also further off in the distance, you hear howling and yipping and snarling, and that's the end of our show.
Ooh.
Yeah.